Could you start from where you got involved with the project?
I've been a massive fan of Radamiz ever since before we started working together. We initially met working in a store in New York. It was actually really early on that I saw how passionate he was. We would be in the store and we would be in our stock room doing something separate, like looking for something, and I would have been in there first and he would enter and he would be rapping like his own music that wasn't released. Like he was working on music while looking for things at his workplace, full volume. And I just couldn't believe how zoned in he was in that moment. And I would get up the stairs out of the basement, close the door, and I could still hear him through the floorboards. There was so much power in what he was saying at the time, and there still is. I'm sure you can hear him from around the corner when he is recording here. It's not the quietest thing. It feels like truth, almost no matter what he says. It feels like the thing that needs to be said every time. I'm someone who always wants to be closer to the music and closer to the artists that I really care about and kind of see behind the scenes and support them. So getting him here is actually, it felt like, aside from coming over to hang out, getting him in this room was kind of a fight from my perspective. My role in this project is genuinely so simple. It's one mic, one vocal, mixed references and delivering files. But my need to maybe delay a session an hour or two might lead to him arriving and saying, okay, we have another 4 songs now. I wrote them in the car while I was waiting for you outside, or I had an extra hour at the bakery down the street. I think there's an obsession within his work. There's no way someone who's not obsessed with their craft can write the things that he writes or even thinks about. You know, I don't think he's making records for anyone but himself. This is an artist that is raised on rap in Bed-Stuy, still watching battle raps all the time and referencing them in conversations with friends, and he's so deeply embedded into the culture of hip-hop to where I think his main goals are to impress himself but also move the culture of hip-hop forward. I remember we were doing a song and afterwards he was telling me about potentially becoming bored of his own thoughts and questioning the lyrics he was writing and if they were even worth recording at that time. And I told him that he may become bored of his thoughts because he's experiencing them at all times, every single day. But Rad is the kind of person where if you're at dinner with him, he might have a thought that then just sparks endless kind of analysis and debate from everyone else at the table. And giving him that example is what I think gave him the courage to continue to express himself in a very honest way and to not color it so much to please an audience. More than anyone else, I think Radamiz is very aware of the indirect effects that a collaborator may have on a project. And of course you're there because he may love your output, but he's also taking note of all the things that are not directly correlated to the work that you might bring to the table. Whether it supplements the work or it doesn't, or it does something else for the relationship. All of those little things are kind of kept and stored. I think our working relationship has become fairly seamless. We're usually doing a song and then his daughter might be yelling in the next room over and I might have to go out there to change the channel on the TV or give her more paper to draw on while the song is playing back to Rad, and then by the time I come back, he tells me what parts we're gonna revisit, we do those, and then she might be screaming for me again. So you hear her throughout the recordings. You hear her coming and opening and closing the door sometimes, or sitting next to him. So yeah, you're part engineer, part therapist, babysitter, all things that make this whole process more special.